Never stop, I'll get it if I want it. Gotta make to myself a promise. I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top.
Yo, no, I ain't the type to give up. If I do something, man, I do it till I get what I want. I turn a business out of nothing into something I love. I got a poker face, but honestly, I'm not one to bluff. I flip a switch, never miss, man, I always stay up. Don't let them see you, bitch, always have a plan to stay tough. This life ahead of you ain't easy, it was built to be rough. But that's what makes a personality, is tragedy, bruh. So keep your head on your shoulders. Now we ain't out here moving rocks, we out here moving boulders. Now we ain't getting posterized, we out here making posters. And we ain't got nothing to hide, we move forward like soldiers. You better wake up for the pay stub or you'll pay up. Don't make love to the game, bruh, fuck the game up. Change up, rearrange stuff to your greatness. Same us for the way up, play the game, bruh.
Never stop, I'll get it if I want it. Gotta make to myself a promise. I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top, yeah.
Welcome everyone to the show. I'm your host, Don Vic. This is the play where you find new faces, new talent, and upcoming stars here live all the time on the Don Vic Show. What's up, everyone? I know it's been a while, but I'm here. Miss you guys as well. What's up? So, some things to talk about. See what you guys are up to as well. Oh boy. So, big shout out to everyone, by the way. YouTube, you already know the vibes. Facebook, you already know. And everyone around the world that tunes in and watch the show, thank you so much. Thank you so much. So, wow. What been happening around the world? Jesus Christ. Well, the first thing I want to talk about is Mr. Trump. Oh, boy. PA, I don't know, man, but, you know, broad daylight, 100 yards away, and this guy took a shot, you know, and miss at that range. Yes, that's a bad shooter, okay? So, I don't know, a lot of things going on, you know, about that incident, you know, certain things that people could see behind the scene, behind, you know, where Trump was standing in the podium, and certain things look suspicious. I mean, the whole thing looked at like it was just like planned. Nobody moved. It was like everybody was waiting for that moment. You know, that's the crazy part. You know, shots rang out, and everybody just kind of like stood there till the lady screamed, and then not everybody, some people started running. I don't know, but what you guys think about it? Give me your opinion on what you thought went down on that day where Mr. Trump was giving a speech. IG, what's up, baby? My man, 50 grand. IG's in the building. So, IG, what you think about, I don't know if you seen what happened to Trump. You know, they chopped down one of his ears. But by the grace of God, he made it. You know, my thing is this, like, how did that guy get past security? That's number one. Number two, how the snipers didn't see that guy on the roof? Broad daylight, maybe 100 yards away. Number three, there was a guy there pointing at the guy while he was going up with the rifle, climbing up to the ceiling. I mean, to the roof of that warehouse or whatever it was, telling police, hey, look at that guy with the thing. And no one did nothing. Nobody moved. Police didn't move. They turned their back. And this guy got to get off 5 shots. You know, my condolences to the people that passed away as well there. You know, it was crazy. to have that person, that individual, get that close without being spotted. Now, mind you, when these snipers are on roofs and presidents are doing their speeches anywhere they go, that's their job. It's their job to scope everything, especially rooftops, tall buildings, windows. That's their job. So, that to me is the red flag. A lot of things are red flags to me. So my thing was that, did they know? And who was behind this is the question. Because I know Donald Trump ain't gonna go out like that. He's gonna want to know who was behind it and who tried to blow his head off. You know what I mean? It's insane. That was good, IG. I like that one. Should have had Tyson bite his ear off. I know, right? What is this world coming to, folks? I don't get it. Sleepy Joe is out there doing crazy things and nobody take a shot at him, but they want to take a shot at Trump. The guy destroying the planet and nobody wants to take that one out. Boy, we live in this United States is a joke, I tell you. Yeah, he definitely did. I agree on that one, man. It did look staged. I mean, like, how do you get that close without being? And he, like, people did see him. That's the thing. People did see him and told the cops, like, hey, there's a guy climbing up that roof with a rifle, and they kind of like, turned their backs, where this guy actually climbed up. He set up his rifle and took a couple shots. Not one. He took a couple shots before they took his life. Okay? Now, staged or not staged, I don't know, but it's a funny situation here. He was close. He was about 100 yards. That's close. Like, who can't? I mean, if the people that were there watching Trump talk saw him, I'm pretty sure the snipers had to see them, because that's their job, is to, look out for people like that, to scan the place, the perimeter. So I don't know how they missed him, and the people on the ground saw the guy climbing. Not just one guy, a couple people saw the guy climbing up with that rifle. Okay? So there's a lot of questions there. Yeah. No shit, huh? Yeah, I'm sure. There's a lot of questions here. And the good thing that he made it. If he would have moved his head a little bit more to the left, to the right, it probably would have got him right in his face. But he quickly felt that heat, and he went down. And then several other shots were loose before they put him down, which is something it's never been heard of. Like, I never seen that happen. I ain't never seen nobody get that close. Yeah. I mean, so many questions, so many answers, uh I don't know, man. It could have been staged, it could have been set up. Like I don't know, but it was really, really crazy. Rhonda, how you doing, my queen? Good evening. We talking about Trump here, the incident that happened with Trump. What's your opinion on what happened, Rhonda? If you know anything about it, I my boy IG said it was staged. Um, I kind of agree. Um, I think they knew that. I think they knew that. I think they knew that was going to go down. The fact that that guy climbed up there, broad daylight, in front of people. People see him climbing with a rifle. Some people told the police, they kind of turn their face. Guy gets up there, gets off more than one shot before he was taken down. Um, so what was the CIA doing, or the people on protecting Trump? And what was the snipers doing? Were they having lunch? Were they having lunch that they missed? They missed the guy climbing up broad daylight, 100 yards away from the podium. Like, who does that? Okay, staged. Okay, you say it's staged. Dion, what's up, baby? Yes, yes. Condolences to his family. You know, guy did die there. A couple people got hit. It's crazy. Um, that's the first time ever I seen someone get that close to a president with a rifle, 100 yards away, and without being seen by Secret Service, CIA, whoever was out there. You know, um, snipers. No one seen this guy going up there, but the people that were down on the ground that were there to watch Trump saw this guy climbing, and nobody paid attention to the shots rang out. What's up, Nando? My man, UK's in the building. What's up, baby boy? Hope everything good. Yeah, Nancy. Uh-huh. My queen, what's up? What's up? Big shout out to the paranormal world too. Yeah, 7 shots while they were pointing at him. That's the thing. Like, you know, I there's something was going on there. If you ask me, my opinion, I think that they knew that that was about to go down because they, um, and they waited to see if Trump was going to go down. Once they seen he didn't go down, and other shots came out, they had to take him down. Um, so for me, in my opinion, I think that that was set up, and that team knew about it. Someone knew about it except Trump. Because trust me, if it was staged, I'm not going to sit there and take no bullet and say, boy, do not miss and hit me in the face. Okay, just graze me. So I don't think that was staged. I think that that was actually a guy really trying to take him out, and nobody was paying attention, or it was meant to happen that way, you know, and hoping that Trump did go down, and it didn't go down. So there's a lot of questions there. It's a lot of red flags. Everybody got thousands of opinions. I just want to see what you guys think about it, how you see it. Oh yeah, definitely not right. You know, how like how do you get that close, and with a big rifle, like you can't hide that rifle. How he get through the crowd? It's my thing. How did he get there without being seen with a big rifle? So people had to know. Those, in my opinion, the team that was out there supposedly looking out for Trump, for me, they had to know, you know, that this was going down. And that's just my opinion. You know, um, it was it was an attempt, and the guy failed. And because he failed and didn't do the job, they had to take him down because they wasn't taking. My opinion, they wasn't going to take the risk to have that guy um, be going to jail and be asked questions. You know, I think either way, even if he would have brought Trump down, they still would have eliminated the guy because they didn't want that guy saying nothing. You know, um, so let's see what happens. Let's see what comes up in a couple of weeks. See if we get some news. Yes, that's what I think, Dion. I think he was definitely set up just because my opinion that the ground security didn't see this guy. The snipers, like, come on, guys, you know that when the president's going to be on the podium, they got security up the butt. You know, I don't even know if they search people, but anyway, the security is so tight, right, that they got drones in the air. Okay, they got drones in the air. They got the snipers looking at rooftop, anything that's height. They snipers is looking, making sure that no one's it's on a tree, no one's on a roof, no one's in the window, no one's nowhere near the president. But for this guy to get 100 yards away from the president and climb up some stairs with a rifle, broad daylight, and no one seen nothing, to me, it was a setup. I agree with Dion. It was a setup. And when the guy took the shot and they didn't see Trump go down, like like they were expecting him to go down, they were like, oh, this guy screwed up. We got to take him down, you know, before he get arrested, and then they start asking him questions. We can't have him talking. Either way, that guy was going down. So the question is, who sent them there? Who knew about it? What's the background of who's this guy? Who is he? Who is he connected to? You know, yes, people did. That's the thing. No, that's what I was saying. If I was in that position, I wouldn't stage my execution. Are you crazy? I don't know if this guy can shoot or can't shoot. You know what I'm saying, Dion? So this is why it says the setup. You know, that was an attempt of an execution. You know, and it didn't go the way they wanted to. Exactly, Dion. I agree with Dion. Yeah, I mean, it was like, Yeah, Nancy. Like, yeah. A lot of people say it was staged. I don't think no one in that in his situation is gonna sit there and have someone shoot him for anything, for clout, for whatever it is. That's not happening. You know, I think the attempt was real. It wasn't no stage. Uh, you know, I don't think it was staged at all. I think that the guy was told to go up there and do it. People were going to turn their faces to the side till he did the job, and he screwed up. He didn't get a good shot, and just scraped them. And whoever's behind that right now is shitting bricks because they were like, "Man, you missed," because I'm sure Trump is going to want to know who was behind that. Who's this guy? Find out who he is, who he knows, where he come from, all that. There's going to be a big investigation. And trust me, folks, it's going to get really ugly and really dark. And I'm sure Trump has to have some type of idea, who went after him. Yeah. Facts. I would too. Rhonda, I take my own team. You feel me? Them boys that team will sell you out for a second, boy. I'm trying to tell you. Me too, Dion. I'm trying to tell you. I take my boys. I be like, homie. I tell my homies, listen, you gonna stand out there. You gonna stand over here. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be right by me, next to me. Make sure, And it's funny, like usually when presidents, right? Usually when presidents are on the podium doing their, their speech, there's usually Secret Services behind them or in the side of them. I didn't see none of them beside Trump until the shots ran out. Then they came out. You know what I'm saying? Like that was weird to me. Sleepy Joe be having Secret Service behind them. There's a lot of things here that don't fit. What's up, T? My man T's in the building. Yeah, T, we talking about Trump, man. We talking about Trump. What's your opinion on what happened? You think it was staged, or you think it was a setup? What up, D Hall? What's up, baby? D Hall's also a talk show host, great guy. He be having some great shows. Make sure you guys follow him. Donnie, we're talking about Trump. Do you think it was a setup, or do you think it was staged? That's what we're talking right now. I mean, we're going to talk about some other things, but right now we on that topic. For me, Dion, we think it was a setup. We don't think it was staged. I mean, I don't care who you are, rapper, a regular person, president, politician, whatever you is. I don't think that they're gonna sit there and say, "Hey, let's stage this. You're gonna take a shot at my head and make sure you miss." I don't buy that. I truly don't. I just don't. Yeah, I agree. That's why I think it's going to be a real big investigation. It's going to take a while before they start knocking at doors and finding out who this guy. And if they don't, this is my thing. If they don't, do the investigation, then you already know who's behind it. You know, because if they don't do no investigations because they don't want him to know anything, you know, and the people that do that are the powerful people. You know what I mean? The people that they got the power and we can't see them. I know. I agree, Nancy. I mean, it's just not. It just don't make any sense for something like that to be staged. It just can't. Yeah, the chick that had the thing, she didn't even budge. It was like she was waiting for the shot. You know, it was like she knew that was about everybody ducking except her. She's like calm. You know, I'm talking about the chick that was in behind. She had a sign, she had a hat on, and she kept looking to where the shooter was before the shots rang out. And when the shots rang out, she was sitting there, you know, like nothing ever happened. Like there was no shot ring. People were ducking, and she's like, so that got me thinking, who is she? Who is that girl? You think it was staged, T? Okay. Okay, Donnie, not staged at all, right. See, I don't think it was staged. I think it was a setup. Like you know, some of us said, ain't nobody gonna stand there and say, take a shot at me, you know, while I'm doing a speech, you know, and blow my head off or try not to blow my head off, you know. I'm not taking that chance. I'm not taking those chances, you know. And then plus the other things that looked mass suspicious. The lady behind him, you know, it was like people were waiting for that shot to go down. It's like people knew except Trump. Hi, Susan. What's up, mama? Let's see what she said. Well, I think he shot the gun, but I think he had a silencer because if you hear the shots, they're not loud shots at all. Because if like I shot guns before, and when I shoot a gun, that is loud. That wasn't loud at all. It was like, pss, 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 pss. You know, you can like hear it. Pss, pss, pss. So for me, he had like a silencer on that rifle. You know, anyone that shoots a gun knows the guns are loud. That wasn't loud at all. I can barely hear the shots, and I know what a silencer sounds like. I've been around them. So, you know, that's why I don't think people ran because the guy had a silencer on that rifle. I truly believe he did. I'm not sure. I mean, he was shot right here in the ear. I don't think he was completely hit. I think the bullet grazed his ear. You know, grazed his ear. I don't think he was actually hit with the bullet. I think the bullet just grazed him and just kind of like cut him. Yeah, she did. And she started recording. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure whoever was involved in this that were there knew, and they were just waiting for it to go down. And again, you know, those gunshots weren't loud at all. It sounded like a silencer. I'm pretty sure he was paid, T. I'm pretty sure he was paid to take that shot. But now the question is who paid him? Who paid him to take that shot? And again, there was people pointing at him when he was climbing. So he wasn't even on top of the roof yet. And people were already pointing at him, telling the police, look at that guy. He's up climbing that roof with a rifle, and no one did nothing. They waited till he took those shots. That's why I said it was a setup. Because right away, anyone that's a law enforcement, if you see something like that or somebody tells you, hey, guy, look, there's a guy up there with a rifle and the president is at a podium doing a speech, you're gonna react right away. You know what I'm saying? So before the snipers even seen him up there, people were already telling the cops that were on the ground, look at that guy up there. So, you know, there's some funny things going on. No, not at all. Not at all. That's why, you know, when people say stage, I don't, for me, my opinion, I don't think it was. It sounded like a pellet gun. That's because it had a muzzle on it. When you put a muzzle on a rifle or a gun, that's what it sounds like, a pellet gun. It's not loud because the silencer takes away the pressure, you know, the sound. That's what the silencer's for, to take away the sound. And that's what it sounded like. If you really listen to it, it sounds like a silencer on that rifle. You know, it didn't go boom, 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 boom. It was like, pss, 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 and that's a silencer. Taxpayers. Tease taxpayers. Listen, you know, Nancy. Right. So that's my thing, that whoever was bought out knew of the Secret Service. If they were bought out, some of them knew, and they were just waiting for it to happen, and you know, hopefully pick his body. But that didn't happen. It didn't happen, so they had to cover him up. So you know, like really, how close can you get to a president? Even if you go to the White House, you know, you can't even get in the building. Secret Service is right there. They're watching everything. So how are you not going to watch the president at an open area with thousands of people there, and no one is doing their job, or was told not to do their job, to wait? You know, so that's crazy. You know, this is how bad they want him out. You know, so my thing is, I think that Trump right now at this moment is probably saying, we're going to find out who it was and we're going to go after these people. Okay. And I'm pretty sure he has an idea of who might want to go after him, you know, and try to eliminate him. So right now, I'm pretty sure he has high security. You know, now whenever he goes, it's going to be probably in a, you know, with super duper extra security. You know, and for something to happen that close, it has to come from, for me, my opinion, from the inside. Because ain't nobody that don't have that no type of connection going to get that close. I just don't believe it. Those snipers are trained to look at everything. They got drones in the air. How that drone didn't pick it up? They can't tell me they didn't have drones out there. I'm pretty sure they had drones, and the drone's always looking down, okay, looking at every movement. And you didn't see a guy 100 yards climbing up a barn or whatever that was, a storage place. broad daylight, and no one caught him. What were the snipers doing? Where was the drone looking at? Where was the CIA, the Secret Service at? This sure wasn't near that building. Oh, people gonna vote for him. Yeah. Well, he's already winning the IG. He's already ahead of the game. I don't even think there's anybody else running. you know. Yeah. Right, Nancy. Right. So, that's I wanted to see what you guys' opinion was on that incident with Trump. You know, uh, I wanted to see if you guys thought it was staged or it was a setup. Hey, hey, we ain't forgot about P Diddy either. Okay, P Diddy, we ain't forgot about him. Okay, but it's funny that you say that because you know at first they were talking about P Diddy like crazy. Everything was all social media. Everybody was now everything's slow. What happened? They just like stopped talking about it. Like what happened with P Diddy? Like I don't know. Yeah, free R. Kelly. Free R. Kelly take P Diddy. Free R. Kelly take P Diddy. Yeah, folks. This system is so screwed up. It's crazy. And I'm glad you guys are giving me your opinion on it. You know what I'm saying? Um, I wanted to see how many of you guys. No, exactly. P Diddy got too many people involved, powerful people. They don't want to be exposed, so they're gonna throw that out the window like it never happened. You know what I'm saying? There's too many people involved with P Diddy, and he got them on camera. So if anything, they're gonna be like, "Lo, just talk about it and let it slowly go away, till people forget about it and stop talking about it, and we'll go on to the next thing." You know, um, let's make something big happen, and people will forget about P Diddy and they'll jump on the next thing, which is Donald Trump. Oh boy, man, this system is so bad, so bad. Yes, that's right. That's right. No, that's right. No opinion is wrong. We just talking and expressing thoughts. That's right. Yeah, Jesse is hiding out somewhere exclusive where nobody can find him. I seen him on a live. He said, "I don't own TVs. He don't do nothing. Everything he owns and uses is is it's outdated. No technology. He's hiding. He don't want nothing to do. With what's going on now. Jesse Ventura. Mm-hmm. You gotta love him. I used to watch him too, Nancy. Back in the days when he used to wrestle, one of my favorite wrestlers. You know, with Hulk Hogan and conspiracy. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You have to, because this is the thing. Everyone has a different opinion. Everybody, we can't say this person's wrong, this person right. Like you said, we sharing thoughts, but and it's good because I want to see what you guys are thinking, and and to see if some of you guys think it was staged, and some of you guys think it was a setup. For me personally, I think it was a setup. I don't think no one's gonna stand there and say, "Okay, I'm gonna stand here and you take a shot at me." I don't think no one would do that. I wouldn't do it, and I'm not a president. Okay, game. So I just wanted to see, for those of y'all that think it was staged, right? Why do you think it was staged? Let's go there. For those of you that you think it was staged, what makes you think it was staged? I want to hear why. Want to hear why you think it was staged. And those that said it was a setup, why you think it was a setup? Let's clarify some things here. Just want to hear some of your thoughts. Ooh wee. Okay. Nobody want to talk about it. Okay. So let's move on to the next topic. Dubai. I don't know if you guys have been watching what's going on in Dubai. There's storms, after storms. They put up in Dubai, they made a one of those cloud um thingies to make it rain. And it's been raining over like a week or two. It haven't stopped raining, and the water is rising. And those people in Dubai are are scared as hell. See, you stop messing with nature, things ain't gonna go right. You know, you can't try to play God. But Dubai is the Dubai is you can probably say underwater. It's water everywhere, everywhere. And Chicago, I heard Chicago had a couple of like four storm tornadoes, something like that going to Chicago, something like that. Like what's really going on here? You know, it's crazy, folks. Yeah, like it's crazy. Dubai is like the water is rising. It's like it's really scary there. You know, cars are underwater. You know, it's insane. Why would you want to mess with nature? You know, it's just crazy. I seen this thing right on TikTok. A guy says he says if there's light, no, if he said if the sun is in, no, he said if the he said if the sun is in space, it gives light to the earth. Why ain't there light in space? He got me on that one. Okay, if the sun if the sun is in space and it gives us sunlight, why is space dark? Why ain't no sun in space? Oh, light. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. Because I think I did. I think I did share it. Because I might be saying it wrong. So let me find it and let him.
So check this out, guys.
Well,
If you ever, how long you guys been? I mean,
where are you? Where are you? Where are you?
I just wanted to say.
Yeah, I was like, what? No, he didn't just say that. Unbelievable.
The sun is in space. No. Why is there light on Earth and no light in space?
You heard that? Listen.
The sun is in space. No. Why is there light on Earth and no light in space? The sun is in space. No. Why is there light on Earth and no light in space?
Ooh.
The sun is in space.
If the sun is in space.
Why is there light on Earth and no light in space?
Ooh.
If the sun is in space.
If the sun is in space, why is there no sun? Ooh. What do you think about that? Mm-hmm. Okay. Right. Right. Wow. So yeah, folks, that's that's what's going on and around the world. Then another thing that I was watching that made me sad, right? And
The sun is in space.
and I'm gonna let you guys hear it and tell me what you think,
Get yourself high.
because I don't think it's fair for some men and some women to be in a relationship and you ask for certain things in a relationship and then you get it and then you end up messing the relationship up. And this guy here, I had to post it because I felt him. I felt his pain, and the guy put in 20 years of his life to this relationship, and his wife ended up sleeping with his brother. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I think that was dirty. And if you're going to get married for the wrong agendas, then don't get married. So let me just talk about it. So the guy was in the service. He was in the army for 2 years, going to the service to take care of his family, take care of of all of us, because he's serving the country while his wife was out here. He gets back home after serving, and he finds out that his wife slept with his brother. The guy was enraged. He was crying so hard that he made my, I felt him, it got watery because I felt this pain, and I always say like this, man, if you're men and women. This goes to both parties. You know, like when you ask a woman what should she want in a man, she wants a man that dependent, a man that works, that gives her love, a man that gives her attention, you know, a man that provides for her. So if you're asking for all these things, just go for men and women, for all these things, and then you get it, you find a person that actually gives you what you want or what you're expecting in a relationship. Why do you why do they turn around and screw it up? Why do you go behind their back and you cheat on them, or you take advantage of them, or then you say, "Oh, I don't want to be in this relationship because things don't go your way." Hmm. Yeah, and that's sad, you know, Nancy, because you know you're giving yourself your loyalty to a person that you think that that person is loyal to you, and you come from the service from out of overseas, and you find your wife cheating on you or your husband cheating on you, you know, and you're providing, you know. You know, you're providing for you're putting a roof over their head. You may not be there present, but it's because you're working. You're you're giving your life away to make them happy, you know, because you're in a service, you don't know if you're coming back home, you know, so you're sacrificing yourself for your family. That's big, you know, that's really big. And for a woman or a man to take advantage of that, they don't deserve to be in a relationship, you know, and I just don't get it, you know, with some women and men that, you know, you want this, you want that, you want this type of woman, you want this type of guy, and then you get it, and then when you get it, you don't respect it. You know, you don't respect it. So then why get in a relationship? You know, why get in a relationship if you're not going to go all the way? You know, and if you're tired of it, then at least give them the benefit of the doubt to at least break up before you do anything. You know, or be loyal. Say, hey, you know, I don't think this relationship is happening and it's going anywhere anymore. You know, I'm not in love with you anymore. You know, and then you know, if you decide to break up, then you go do what you got to do, but don't do it while you're married. You know, that's very disrespectful, man, both ways, men and women. You know, and you know, when I see this, it bothers me because, you know, it's like a waste of time. Really, it is. You know. Yeah, I can agree, Nancy. I bet it was. You know, this guy I'm talking about was crying his eyes out. You know, didn't believe that his wife, but with his brother, while he's overseas fighting for a country and protecting her and his family, and also sending money to keep her head over her head, house over her head, paying the bills. And this is what she did to him. You know, we see this a lot with men and women. Not all men, not all women. Let me be specific with that. Not all men and women, but a majority of them. And I just don't understand. You know, you want this, you want that, and on top of the fact of all that, some guys and women don't even bring nothing to the table. You know, you don't bring nothing to the table, but yet, you know, you want a man that got a nice car, you got or a woman that has a nice car, good house, money, makes 6 figures, but you're not even making 6 figures, and some of them still live at home with their parents. So how can you ask for so much when you're offering so little? I don't get it. You know, I just don't get it. And then when you get it, you take advantage of it. You know, you don't know how to absorb that. You know, you don't know how to appreciate that someone that's got more than you is willing to spend their life with you, to share what they got, to help you move up, to put you in a better position, and then you turn around and you do them dirty. Now that's insane. You know, I don't respect that at all. At least have the decency to say, you know, this ain't working out. This ain't working out, and I don't want to be in this relationship. You know, I want to move forward. Then you go and you do what you got to do. If you want to go sleep with other men, then you do that. But don't do it while you're married or you're in a relationship. Don't destroy the next person's heart. Don't do that, because if it's done to you, you're not gonna like it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't understand some people. Okay. That's dirty. Why would you want to be with a guy like that? That's insane. I just don't get it. I really don't understand it. What's happening nowadays with relationships? I mean, why would you want to get in? Why would you want to get involved with someone if you're not going to be loyal to them? If your agenda is not to do good? You know, I just do not get that. If you want to be a flirter, if you want to sleep with other men or other women, then just stay by yourself and date anyone you want to date. You know, it's just that simple. But to come into someone's life, right, and that person is taking some of their life to share with you and to provide for you and help you, for you to turn around and do them dirty. What does that say about you? Okay? Think about that. Let that sink in. What does that say about you? You know, I wouldn't do that to no woman. Not that I haven't done it in the past, because I was a big cheater. I was. You know, I had a girl here, I had a girl there. I was a cheater. Right? But when they cheated on me, I didn't like that. I didn't like that feeling. Okay? And that's when I knew not to do it anymore, because the pain when you're in love, really in love with someone, and that person turns around and does it to you, then you're going to learn. Okay? Then you're going to learn. Because the pain when you're in love, really in love with someone, and someone turns around and does you dirty like that, trust me, it hurts, and it lasts too. It takes a while for you to get over it. Okay, so not until it happened to me when I was in love, and it happened to me, I understood the pain of the next person that I was cheating on. Okay, that's when I knew that I wasn't doing the right thing. I was hurting people. Okay, and I didn't want to feel like that again. So I changed my ways. You know what? What 5 women can do for me? Well, 5 women can do for me. 1 woman can do for me. I don't have to go look around and search for other women when I got a woman that's giving me everything. It's giving me love. It's giving me loyalty. It's giving me everything, you know, and I want to turn around and do her dirty. I don't work like that anymore. That's back in the days, past tense. Okay, found out way later. Yeah, absolutely, Nancy. Now, this okay, good point. Good point, Nancy. And I'm gonna say this, and I'm not trying to, you know, I'm not trying to jump on her side or anything, but I get it, right? Because I look at the pros and cons. And I get it that sometimes when people are overseas, or not have to be overseas, just away somewhere, but definitely overseas, I would say that people get lonely. You know, people get lonely. You're not there, and I'm not trying to justify what she did, but you know, we get lonely. We got needs, and you should be able to hold back on your needs if you truly in love with your spouse. Um, but I get it sometimes because I felt like that sometimes too. You know, I was like, damn, I got this girl, but she's never here. I got needs, you know, and blaza blaza. I felt lonely at times, and there was this girl that was there, and she was there for me, you know, and that's how things happen. Not that I wanted it, not that I meant to do it. It just happened because I was vulnerable that time at the time. You know, I was sad because I couldn't see her. She was out of town for a long time, you know, and you know, the male you know thing kicked in, and she was there, and it happened. But I should have been stronger than that, right? I should have been stronger than that, and I committed a mistake. I lost someone that was worthwhile being with, and so I had to learn to control my feelings and my manhood. You know, I had to control myself, and that's very hard to do. Very hard to do when you are in that position and you have attractive women or attractive men next to you that you talk to that are friends of yours. It's very hard to do. Okay. But the fact that this woman did that to this guy after he was serving overseas and then slept with his brother out of everyone, not the neighbor, not the guy at the bar, not the guy at the gym, but his brother. Like, how low can you really go? And she cheated on him with the brother. Now, if you was to cheat on me with someone I didn't know, it wouldn't hurt as bad because I don't know the guy. But for a family member, uh, you have to be really, really desperate and low to do something like that. So when I seen this guy talking about it, and you can see it in his eyes, in his expression, he was crushed. He was crushed. 20 years with her. 20 years. of marriage, and this is what she did. Now, if this guy doesn't, after that, and if he doesn't want to be with another woman, if he doesn't, listen, I understand. If he doesn't want to get married after that again, ever again, I understand. You know, marriage is a big step. Marriage, some people just do it for the title. Some women just want to get married just to say, yeah, I'm married. Marriage is something not to play with. Especially if you're not going to be loyal to your partner. It is. It is, Nancy, 100%. Yeah. Yeah. Listen, I agree, Nancy. I've been single for 10 years, right? For that same reason. After the last of my heart, I said never again. I'm not gonna let no woman come near my heart again. And not that I haven't dated, I've dated, but I nothing serious. I didn't I've dated, but my mentality wasn't on relationship. It was just go out, have a good time, have some dinner, talk a little bit, get to know the person and blah blah blah, and that's it. If anything happened along the way, then it happened. But I made it clear. I said, this is your choice. I'm not asking you for anything. If this is what you want to do, then we can do this. But I don't want no relationship and I don't want no ties. I make it nice and clear before anything happens, because if feelings come in between, then I would have to walk away before those feelings get deeper and deeper. Because one thing I don't want to do is hurt anyone else, because I know the feeling. And I'm not going to sit there and get in a relationship if I'm not truly in love with the person, or if I'm not even looking for a relationship. You know what I mean? I'm not doing that. Yes, a whole different story. Yes, it will. It caught up to me, I'll tell you. It caught up to me, and it made me a better man. It made me a better man and made me respect people more. Women. Okay. How is it different from what I was doing? Well, I was never married. You know, I never married. I was never married. I had relationships, but my relationships were long relationships, 10 years, 13 years, 14 years, but I was never married. Um, but I still, it's not a difference to me. I don't need a piece of paper to tell me you're my wife. If you're with me for 10 years, you're my wife. you know, you're my wife. I don't see no difference. People just want to get married to have a ring, just to have that, just to say they're married. But at the end of the day, ring or no ring, you need to respect your partner. You know, um, and I was young too. I was very young. I was young. I was in my 20s. I was still experiencing, life, and I was I was a good looking guy. When I was younger, I was popular. As well. So, you know, a lot of girls wanted to be around me and be with me. So I took advantage of that, not knowing that I was hurting them along the way. But as I got older, as I got older and I started to understand what a relationship was and what love was and what feelings were, you know, then I started to change. And then when I decided to, stand on my ground and be that man, then it happened to me. And the feeling was unpredictable because I was in love with this girl. I really was. And she, a lot of her changed me, and there were still girls coming at me, but I refused to cheat on her because I put in my head, what are you giving me that my girl is not giving me? Nothing. What you're offering me and trying to give me, my girl already gives to me, and I'm in love with her. So I'm not gonna hurt her. You know, it don't. Not at all. The pain is the same. You know, I would think, I would say for me, Nancy, for a person that's married, I think the pain is a little more, because you know, you're going to church, you're giving your vows, you're saying that you, for better or worse, that you will be there for the person, versus a person that's just dating, you dated for 10 years or whatever. Um, I think for a person that's married, just because you give your vows, the pain is more because you're like, okay, we're married, so there's a bigger bond there, versus someone that's not married, if that makes sense, because you're expecting for your spouse to be loyal, you know, just like someone that's not married as well. We expect the same things, but when you're married, it's more. Hmm, how can I put it? It's more of so the disres so so the disrespect level is more important. No, no, yeah, yeah. And that's me. I'm up front. You know, now I'm up front because I know better now. I know not to play with people's feelings. You know, I know better. I'm not, if I'm not interested, if I don't feel there's a connection, if I don't feel like you're the one, I'm not gonna take the chance, and I'm not gonna lead you to make you think that I want you when I don't. I'm not gonna do that. Hmm, You know, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not do that to no woman. If I don't want, if I don't feel it, then it's not gonna happen. In your mind, it's important that you have my approval. What's up, Tyrell? My man, 50 grand. What's popping, kid? Thank you, Nancy. Thank you. I'm saying, you know, I tell you this because I spoke to a friend of mine like a couple of days ago, and he's married, and he's having problems right now with his wife. And he said to me, I go to the house, she's in the bedroom, I'm in the living room, and we get into argue. We argue more than when we together. And then he said, we just married just to say we married because they're not in love anymore. He doesn't feel like he's in love with her. They just living just to live, because they're under the same roof, and so that's why I said what I said. Um, because some couples do stay together, married, even though they don't feel the same for each other anymore for whatever reason. Maybe because they have nowhere to go, maybe because they can afford to go on their own, so they stay in the marriage because it's convenient for them. But in reality, they're not in love, you know, and when you're living under a roof like that, anything can happen, and I think for me, my opinion, that that's when the cheating come in, when you lose love for your partner, or you don't see them attractive anymore, because you can be providing, you can still be coming home and providing and paying your bills and stuff, but if that fire is not there, if that fire is not there, then sooner or later something's going to happen. So for me, my opinion is, if you're in that type of situation where you're not in love with your partner anymore and you're in the same roof, before you do something that you're going to regret, find a way to move on. You know, find a way to move on, find a way to have a divorce before you hurt someone else. You know, because this way, if you do it that way, then if you end up with someone else, then it's not as bad, because the person going to be like, oh, I just seen your girl with this guy. You'll be like, that's cool. We're not together anymore. Then you take it different. But if you're under the same roof, even though you're not together, even though you're on the same roof and you're married or you're living together, but you're not attracted to her that way. If someone was to say, "Oh, I just seen you go with another guy," it's gonna hurt you because you're still under the same roof, regardless of how you it's just disrespect. You know. Yes, Nancy, the betrayal is much bigger. Yes, Tyrell, it does. And I watch social media a lot. Because that's what I do. I'm a talk show host. I see what's going on there, and then we talk about it. That's why we talk about these um these issues here that are happening around the world. Um, I think self respect, man, is out the window. You know, I, I see a lot of women on social media that don't even respect themselves. They're out there showing their body, shaking their ass. Like, that's what men want. We don't want that. Real men don't want that. You know, real men want peace. I want peace in my life. I want to be able to leave my door and know that my wife is at peace and that she can trust me when I leave that door, just like I can trust her to leave that door. You know, I can care less about a girl shaking her ass on social. What real man want a girl that's showing her body to the world? And I don't care how fine you look. You know, that's not what real men want. And a lot of women got it messed up. That's not what a real man want. Real man want peace in his life. Cool, cool, cool. I get it, man. We all got issues, brother. We all got issues all day. You got positivity, man, goes a long way, brother. I'm trying to tell you. Yes, Nancy, it is. You know, that's all men want. It's see what men want is so simple, you know, and that there it is right there. Peace and genuine love. That's some, you know, that's all we want, you know. And some women find it so hard to do, you know. And you know that's what throws me off, and I just don't understand it. And I think that for me, I think that's why I'm afraid to get in a relationship because of what I see and what I see these women, most women asking for on social media, what they're looking in for a man. Like it's it's insane, you know. I want my man to, you know, my man got to bring, at least make 6 figures. He got to have his house. He got to pay for my bills. Listen, this ain't the 60s, 80s no more. This is a new millennium. I ain't going 50-50 with no man. He got to pay my bills. Well, let me ask you this. If you was by yourself and you're a grown woman, who gonna pay your bills if you're not with your man? You. Or you'll be homeless. So, you know, either with a man or no man, your responsibility as a woman or a man is to take care of yourself regardless. You got to pay for your bill, for your car note. You got to pay for your phone. You got to pay for your rent. You got to pay, if you got kids, you got to, you know, maintain your kids. Whatever it is, you as a grown up, it's your responsibility, man or women, to take care of yourself. Now, if you got a man or a woman that come in your life and says, and is willing to help you with half of your bills, you should be happy. Because ain't nobody's, you know, job to take care of another grown person at all. You know, if you're grown, you should have your own thing going on. You shouldn't be depending on the next person to pay for your bills. See, if a woman says it, oh, I need this and that. If a man says, oh, I need a girl to pay my bills, to pay my car note, to do this and do that, you'll be like, oh, you a bum. That's a bum. You know, it works both ways. And that's just my opinion. And that's fine, Nancy. That's fine. As long as both of you are meeting at the table, that's beautiful. I don't think that he should pay for everything, and I don't think that you should pay for everything. I think it should be 50-50. I'm with 50-50 all the way. You know, I'm with that 50 all the way. You know, now if I get it, if a person gets sick, one of you get sick where you can't work and you got to hold down the fort, then that's different. But if you can work and he can work and he's just being lazy and letting you pay all the bills, you don't need that guy in your life. You just don't need him. You know what I mean? You need someone in your life that's going to meet you halfway, that's got goals, that's ambitious, that got plans. And if you sit down together, you're going to make plans together to grow and groom, then that's what's up. Okay? But a person that's always nagging about, oh, I need my bills paid. Oh, I need this, I need that. And it's not bringing nothing to the table, but constantly nagging about what they want and what they need and what needs to be paid, but they ain't doing nothing. They need to be by their damn self. And that's my opinion. Partnership. Exactly. Yes. Reality needs to kick in rather than fantasy. Yeah, I see, and a lot of people are living in fantasy. Like I don't get it. You go to TikTok, you see some of these women and some of these men talk, you be like, oh hell no. What are these people thinking? What are these people thinking? Like I seen one on TikTok, the guy asking this girl, what do you want in a man? She was like, oh, he has to be this, he has to be this, he has to have this, he has to have a car, he has to have his own house. So then he said, okay, so what are you bringing to a table? What are you bringing to the table? She got quiet. He said, do you got your own house? She goes, no. He said, your mom? She said, yeah. He asked her, you got your car, you got your own car? She goes, no. He said, so why you asking for so much when you're offering so little? Comments. And not just for her, for guys too, because there's some guys that are bums too, boy. Guys that think that women should give them everything, while they want to sit around either smoking weed all day or just hanging out with their guys while their girl be working and they got to come home and still got to cook for them. Dudes like that need to be by themselves too. And sometimes I don't get it because for some women, they find that attractive. I just don't get it. And this world is all twisted. Yeah, exactly. I mean, we all need to be taken care of, right, Nancy? We all do. But that starts within yourself. You got to take care of yourself, And then if you find that partner that wants to be your partner and join in and flourish together, then that's beautiful, But I to take care of itself, because if you're not in a relationship or a marriage, you have to take care of yourself. You have to eat. You have to work. You have to pay bills unless you want to be a bum and live under a bridge, But everyone has to take care of themselves with or without a relationship, my opinion, But like what I'm seeing right now today with some of these women and men, you know, like for me, like I'm very simple. I don't ask. All I need in my life is respect and peace, loyalty, respect, and you see that? It's tattooed on my hand so they can see it. Respect and loyalty. I live and die by that. So does my kids. We run through a certain rules. We got codes that we run by and we don't break. And that's what I want in life. I want to come home to a peaceful home. If she me and she and my is done, that's fine. If she says, "Hey, hon, I'm tired. I don't feel like cooking today. You know, can we go out to eat?" Yeah, we could do that. Or if I come home before her, I get in the kitchen right away. I'll start chefing. Like she don't have to ask me can I cook something. It's already going to be cooked. By the time she get home, I'm gonna say, "Baby, the food is done. Sit or relax, eat, and then I'll meet you at the living room. We can watch some TV, and then whatever happens." I know how to do chores in the house. If the laundry is there, I'm not gonna wait for my girl to do the laundry. the laundry room, grab the laundry and throw it in there and have it washed. You know what I'm saying? By the time she come home, if I haven't already folded him and she wants to help me fold him, she can help me fold him. If not, I'll fold him. Like, I don't got problem with that. You know, my mom taught me well, so did my pops. So I have those qualities in me, right? So that's in the households, that would never be a problem with me. To keep the house in, that's not a problem. I can. The hard thing is to come home to a peaceful house. No arguing, no nagging, none of that. And that's what real men want, you know, peace. You know, stop the nagging. For what you nagging for? Why you calling me 20 times a day if you know where I'm at? You know, if you got trust issues, that's another thing. If you got trust issues from your past relationship, because a man's gonna run right out that door. A real man. A real man ain't got time. See, a real man ain't got time to be playing. Right? Once I see a red flag, I'm already thinking about packing my stuff and leaving. You know why? Because I'm not gonna go through that no more in my life. And if I'm treating you good and doing what I'm supposed to, I'm not settling for nothing. You know, if you're insecure about whatever, then you should have gotten rid of that insecurities before you got with me. Because you're not gonna drive me crazy. You're not gonna drive me crazy. You're not gonna then argue with me over something that happened to you in the past, and I'm not doing that. We not doing that. You saw that video, Terrell? That's what's up. Yeah. Right. But that's hard. That's very hard to find, Nancy. You know, that's like finding a needle in a sack. You know, now, I'm not saying they're not out there. They're out there, but it's hard to find. You know, it's it's very hard to find nowadays. So if you do find one, it's a keeper. Keep it. You know, communication is key to a lot of this stuff too. You know, if you can communicate with your partner, then that's very, very good, because if you can sit down and talk over a situation that's bothering you or your mate, instead of arguing or going to bed mad, and I don't know why you mad at me, you're just walking around the house huffing and puffing, and I don't know what the problem is because you don't want to tell me. That's not healthy either. I don't want that in my relationship. If you can't sit down and tell me what the problem is so we can find a solution to the problem, then you're not the one for me. Because, see, I'm not going to sit there and argue with you. I'm not going to sit there and fight with you. I'm going to sit there and find what that I can make it better so that I can see you happy. You know what I mean? Okay. Well, what's up, Nancy? That's what's up. If it works, whatever it is, if it works for you guys and you guys are happy, because you got to be happy, then that's all love. The thing is this: if you at peace, Nancy, and he's at peace, you guys are golden. If you guys can sit down and any issue is going on between either of you can sit down as a couple, as friends, and sit down and talk about what the problem. See, because it takes a woman and a man to be able to sit down without fighting and have that conversation and say, honey, are you okay? What's the problem? Is there something I did? Is there something I said? Let me know what it is so that I can fix it, so I can make it better. These are the conversations you need to have with your woman. Not just be mad and nagging and start throwing things around, or slamming the doors and leaving and coming back the next day because you mad at your woman because you don't want to sit down and talk to her. That's not, grown-ups don't do that. Real men, real women don't do that. They sit down and they talk about it. The worst thing to do for me is to be mad at my partner, and then we have to sleep in the same bed, me facing to the right and she facing to the left with our backs turned and not touching each other. I will never do that. That's like the worstest feeling. Okay, you looking at the wall and she's looking at the wall, mad as hell, because none of you were man enough or woman enough to sit down and resolve whatever issue it was. That's why communicating is key to relationships. And I know that now. I know that now. Because I had to learn from my mistakes. And I'm telling you this because that's what works for me. I'm a communicator. If I can't communicate with my girlfriend, whoever it is in the future, then I don't care how far. I don't care if you're a model. If we can't communicate, I don't care how attractive you think I am, or you think that I got what you want, or that I can be the one. If we can't communicate, it's not going to happen, because you're not going to bring peace to me. You know what I mean? And I'm not the guy that loves to argue. I hate argues. I hate arguing. Yes, Nancy. Yeah, 30 years is a long time. 30 years in a relationship, you should already know the ins and out and how to, talk to your partner. If you're in a relationship for 30 years, that means you're doing something good. Of course, you have those days. See, we're not perfect, right, Nancy? We're not perfect. And, and we have those days. But when those days come, you gotta know how to go about those days. And I know sometimes you can get in situations where you want to argue, you want to scream, you want to, but don't do that, to your partner. If it has nothing to do with your partner, you just came home, you had a bad day, or you had an argument at work, don't take it off on your partner. Your partner has nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying? And because that leads to other things. So the best thing is to communicate. You can turn a bad day into a good day. It's all up to you to make it a better day. Find a way to make it better. That's what I'm saying. But yes, I know we all have bad days. Yes, it does. That's why, I said communicating is key, because, once you're grown and, once you're in your 40s, once you're in your 40s, mid 40s, late 40s or 50s, there's no need to be arguing. I see it with other couples, and I just don't understand. I guess because I'm different now, because I think different now. It just, I'd be like, why are you guys doing this? Oh, this BI, she's always this, she's always that, this and that. I said, bro, don't tell me that. Go talk to your girl. Straighten that out. I don't want to hear it. Got nothing to do with me. Go handle that. This and that. And these people are grown. Like, I don't understand, why is there a problem for you to communicate with your girl when you live with her? You've been with her for years, and you don't want to go over there and sit her down or sit him down and tell him what the problem is, so that you guys can resolve the problem. instead of yeeking and yakking and bringing it to third parties. I don't like that. Like when I see it, I gotta walk away, and I said that's what I'm not gonna do. So that's why I think for me, it's been hard for me to find a woman because I'm very, very picky on on certain things, and for me, communicating and peace is the biggest thing, and loyalty is the biggest thing for me. And if you don't have those three qualities, then you're not for me. Right. You stay silent, right? Because you don't want to escalate the argument. You wait till she calms down, even if it's the next day, but you gotta have that dialogue with her. You gotta to have the dialogue and say, honey, you know, what happened yesterday? Why was you enraged? Like, what did I do anything? Can we talk about it? You got to have that dialogue because you need to know what's wrong so you can fix the issue or the problem. Because sometimes you be doing stuff, right, that you think it's not a problem, but it is a problem to her or to him. But because you're not communicating, you're wondering why she's always in a bad mood or he's always in a bad mood because there's no communication. So it's always good to be open with your partner, especially when things ain't going right. You need to have that dialogue. It is, Tyrell. It is, you know, because think about it. You know, if think about it. If you're mad because your girlfriend did something, right? It could have been anything. She did something and it bothered you, but she didn't know that what she did bothered you. If you don't sit there and you tell her, hey, babe, you did this and it bothered me, it made me feel a certain way. If you don't tell her that, and in her mind, she don't think she did anything, and she does it again, then you're gonna think like, man, she just don't respect me. Well, have you spoken to her and let her know that what she did bothered you? Now, see, if you say something and she does it again, then that's no respect. She's just doing it to be spiteful, you know. But if you sit down and you have that dialogue with say, hey, babe, you did this and I felt disrespectful, I didn't think what you said was right. Um, is and if she's the good woman, she's gonna apologize. She's gonna say, honey, you know what? I'm sorry, I didn't know you felt that way. I didn't know that what I did bothered you. I'm sorry, I apologize. It won't happen again. That's what I'm talking about. That's what grown-ups do. You know, that's how relationships last long. You know, and I say this right because I've been through it. I'm not perfect. I've been through bad relationship, and I've done everything we're talking about. I've done it. This is why I learned from it. This is why I I I I think different now. I know how to. I know how to. The next relationship that I get into is going to be the perfect relationship because I already know how I need to move, how I need to approach my relationship. What are the things that I relationship to keep my relationship from going sideways, you know? Nancy, get the hell up. See, I try not to speak that. I try not to speak like that. I try to keep it cool, you know. And I try not to elevate a situation more than what it is. Like I don't talk like that, you know, to my partner. Like shut the hell up, fucking listen. Like I don't use those words when I'm in a relationship because I find that very disrespectful towards my partner. I want to respect my partner, so I'm gonna talk to her with respect, you know, and I need that in return, you know. See, this certain way you got to learn how to speak to individuals. Um, Stuff like that would get see that stuff like that. If a girl told me to shut the hell up, that's just disrespectful for me to me as a man. You don't talk to me like that. So I'm not gonna talk to you like that. See, we come to a point in our life where we see we shouldn't talk to each other like that. Partners shouldn't talk to each other like that in any way. Yeah, my father was very wise. You know what, Nancy? I never heard my father swear to my mother in my life. I never see my father raise a hand at my mother. My mother was the one. My mother was the aggressive one. Okay, and my mom and my pops, may they rest in peace. They lasted 35 years, and they probably would have lasted more if my mom wasn't the way she was. You know, because my father was very peaceful. You know, that's where I got my stuff from. You know, I got my mother's attitude and my father's heart, if that makes sense. You know, if you take me off, really take me, it takes a lot to take me off. And if you take me off, trust me, believe me, you won't like that side of me. But my heart, I got my father's heart, you know, and you know, my father was very peaceful, respectful, you know, he provided, he was a good provider, you know, like we grew up very well. My father always provided. My father was a businessman. He had stores, you know, grocery stores, had two, three. My father was always in business, you know. My father made the money. My mother spent the money, you know, but my mother was very aggressive. So, you know, me growing up with sisters, because I'm the only boy, you know, and, you know, I had my ways too, you know, in being in a relationship. I learned what not to do in a relationship. Um, and you know, and some of us men, when we love hard. You know, we love for real. You know, and so when you love with like that, you want that in return, and when you don't get it back, it's a turnoff. You know, I'm not gonna give you all. I'm not gonna give you my all if you're not gonna give me your all. You know, if you're not going to respect me as a man, if you think you're going to come to me and talk to me crazy, then you're not the one for me. You know, because you know I don't talk crazy to women. I carry myself in a certain way. You know, um, and I need that respect that I give back. So if I can't get that, I'll stay single. And you know something? After my father left my mom, he stayed single. My father died, you know, with no one. Only he had me and my sister. You know, him and my mom still talked, even though my mother had another partner. But my mom and my pop remained close friends. But he never dated after her again. You know, my father was a loyal man. Hold on, what they say? Yeah, Yeah, right. Yes. Mhm. Yeah. So that's it's my mom used to say what you get what you give, right? Never understood that till I got older, and I started dating, and I understood what she meant by it, you know. And then my father would say, you know, you got to communicate, you know, you got to have communication, and I never knew what that meant. I was like, communication, like, what are you talking about? He said, you'll figure it out when you get older. You're a smart guy, and I did have to figure it out, But now I know, and now I know. I had so many relationships in my life that I had to learn one way or another, right? But at the end of the day, this is what I say, right? Like, if there's no respect between two partners, then they shouldn't be together. If there's no communication between two partners, they shouldn't be together. Because lust is one thing, you know, um, and sometimes people get in relationship because you're cute, because you got a nice body. We're looking at the outside, but we're not looking at the inside, and that's where a lot of people make a lot of mistakes. You date that person because that person looks good, or they got a nice body, they dress nice, but you're not looking at the important things, you know. And then you date that person, and then 6 months down, six months down that relationship, you be like, "Holy crap, this is a demon! What just happened?" You know, because you didn't take the time to communicate. You didn't take the time to find out who this person really is. You know, um, so a lot of people can make mistakes that way. And I learned from that, and I learned from a lot of my friends too, just watching, my friends' relationships and marriages, go bad because there's no communication. The girl's too jealous. He's not playing the man role. Um, and they're not communicating, and that's really the key. The communication that's not there. Okay, that's what's up. Yeah. Wait till they're 64. I don't think I'm gonna wait that long, Nancy. You know, N- but you know what I mean, Nancy. You have to know your partner. I mean, and you got to make, if you're going into a relationship long term, right? You want to go long term, then you got to find the ways to keep that going. You gotta find a way to keep that fire, that for the rest of your life, that you had when you first met your partner, right? Because sometimes in relationships, when you first start, the first year and a half, that fire is there. After you get so comfortable that now you're not doing the stuff that you used to do when you first met, and the fire starts to die down. Now now you know now you got to figure out why you're not feeling the same, why what you're feeling your feeling that you felt for him are not the same. Those things are all important. You got to find a way to keep that fire going. you know so it's not easy being married or being in a relationship. you know, you always got to find a way to keep that relationship going. And it's not easy, man. It's not easy to keep that fire going. Okay, it's not easy, especially after 30 years you and the partner. Some people just are together and they're more friends than they are partners. They don't even sleep together. They probably ain't slept in 2 3 months. You know, but they together because it's more of a friendship now than a relationship. You know, it's weird, but it's facts. Okay, that's fine. If that works, that's fine. Um, and but I get it. But for me, if it was me, Nancy, I will love you. I will love you regardless with makeup or no makeup because I already know who I met, and I love you for who you are. Right? Makeup or no makeup, you're beautiful to me because I chose you. Right? And regardless with makeup, with no makeup, you still remind me who I met. You know what I mean by fire for me is to um, keep that same energy that you had when you first met. So, maybe we went out. Maybe when we first met, we went out to the movies. We went out to the movies. We went out to eat here and there. We took trips. Um, we were making love everywhere. We had a chance to. Because that's a big part in a relationship. You got to keep that sexual fire up too. You know, um, so maybe go out to take you to, go out to the woods and to a cabin. You got to be very, very, what's the word I'm looking for? Romantic. You know, that's me. I love to do things, you know, um, and keep doing it, and you know, surprise my girl, where she's at work, send her flowers or some chocolate while she's at work. She don't know. You have somebody walking, hey, here's a box of chocolate. Oh, who sent this? Oh, my husband. You gotta be. Hold on, I'm missing these comments. You're right. It is hard to start over, and I say that because it's hard for me, IG. You know, it's hard for me not to start. Well, not exactly to start over because I'm willing. I'm willing to give opportunity, but it has to be like I'm really picky now. You know, because of the things I've been through and the stuff I seen and still see in some of my friends. Like I really have to know the next person that I'm gonna end up being with because when I date, I date long term, right? I'm at the age now that the next woman to come in my life, that's gonna be the last woman, the last one I'm gonna be with. Because I'm not a little kid no more. I'm in my 50s, right? So 50 and up, that's it. That's the one I'm gonna be with. And if I don't find her, then that's fine. I'm okay with it. That's what God want, then that's it. Because I said, God, the next woman to come in my life, I want you to put her in my life. Because as for me, I always pick the wrong ones. Okay, so I'm not picking no one no more. She's gonna come into my life. I'm gonna know about it. God is gonna say, "This is the one for you," and then we go from there. But you're right. Yeah, yeah. A lot of people do. IG, I agree. So it's 24/7. No, I know exactly what you mean. I know exactly what you don't have to explain. I know exactly what you mean. I get it, Nancy. It's always good to once in a while to look sexy for your man and kind of remind him, hey, remember me? Instead instead of me, not the girl that be at the basketball court 24/7 with the Jordans in a sweatsuit. Yeah, I get it. I get it. When there's a fight or any of that, they know exactly what to expect. Starting over is terrifying. Yeah, starting over, it is terrifying, Nancy. That's, for me, it's terrifying, right? Starting over because I don't know what to expect when I start over, and it's been a long time for me. It's been like 10 years, that I've been in a relationship, and I've gone out with girls here and there. I don't flew out. Girls don't flew in to come see me, and we spent times going out. You know, but nothing serious. And it takes time to know someone. It really does. So I just, for me, I think I'm afraid. I'm terrified of it not working out, and putting in all my effort, putting in all my love, putting in everything that I got into a relationship for then the person to turn around and say, this is not it, or cheat on me, or whatever it is. It's, I don't want to go through that anymore. So I'm afraid to move forward because of that. Because it's happened so many times. It's like a routine, and and a cycle, and I wanted to break that cycle and find the right woman. Is there the right woman? I don't know, because we're not perfect, but at least a woman that's thinking similar to what I'm thinking and have the same morals that I do, and you know, and go by the same rules, and codes that I go through. Maybe that will work better for me because we're both on the same page. Um, so until then, I stay single. Yeah, Terrell says, perfect way of putting it, Nancy. Yes, sir. Well, yeah, definitely. That's why we say communication. You got to communicate. I pretty much know, like, because I've been around women so long, so much, had so many women in my life, you know. So I became a good uh, student, right? I became a good student where now when I see a girl that I like or that I find attractive and I might want to do something, first thing I do is I visualize and see her movements, see how she moves, see how she talks, see how she is when she's in a bad mood, when she's in a good mood, what she likes, what she don't like, you know, and then I compare that to the, and if they compatible, take the chance. If they're not compatible, then I just won't even bother, you know. the relationship. So what I do is I talk to them, and and I say certain things to see if they reply to what I'm thinking they're gonna reply to, or if not, just I don't want to make it seem like I'm testing them, but I am, because I want to make sure that I'm doing the thing, you know, that I'm doing the right thing. So I might, quiz her. Just say that. I quiz her on a couple things and see if she's compatible. If not, huh, trust me. IG, IG, no, too many girls. Got babies, mamas living across the street. It was crazy. Trust me, I know. I'm trying to tell you something. Right, right, but it, that all goes down to and getting to know your friend or your partner at the time. You know, going to get in a relationship to find out about. I'm gonna find out about the person before I even get into the relationship to see if we even compatible. What I want. I'm not going to get into the relationship and find out 6 months later that what I have in me is a cycle. I'm not doing that no more. I'm not taking those chances because she's pretty. She's pretty. She got a nice body. She got a nice job. I'm not doing that no more. I don't care what you got. I don't care how pretty you are. If you don't have those qualities that I'm looking for, I pass. I know it's not easy. That's why I'm still single, brother. That's I'm searching for a needle in a haystack, you know, and I'm okay with waiting. I'm okay with waiting. Trust me, I'm very, very patient. I'm very patient, and like I said, if she's out there for me, God's gonna put her in my path. If I'm meant to be alone till I die, I'm okay with that too, because I refuse to go through. Okay, I'd rather be lonely at times and feel alone than to be arguing and going through a hard time, stress. Listen, that's the worst thing a man or a woman can go, stressing out. I'm okay. I'd rather be alone. 100%. Yeah, that's a good point too, Nancy. So Nancy says, when you are so beaten down, and I am saying this from experience because my first marriage, I landed in the hospital a couple times, but you were so beaten down, you don't think there is anything else, and everything else terrifies you because you convinced you cannot survive without them. Yeah, that's kind of like manipulating you, thinking that you can't find no one else better than them. That's all mind games, and some people believe that. Some people think they can't find no one better. That's the best they can do. But that's low self-esteem if you ask me, you know. Um, but I get it, Nancy. Always someone that you. Oh yeah, I remember that IG. She was. Who was this? Wait, let me. Yeah, Nancy. Eh, they're both bad. I don't accept neither one. You know, I don't. I'm at the point in my life where I'm not accepting none of that. Listen, I'm a grown ass man. I'm in my 50s. I don't got time to argue with nobody. I ain't got time to be calling nobody out there. If I'm gonna get in a relationship where it's toxic, where I have to get out of my character to get through my partner, I do not need her in my life. I don't. I need peace in my life. Peace, love, and loyalty in my life. If I can't get those three things in my life with my partner, she's not for me. Okay? There's nothing, there's nothing in the world that two people cannot sit down and talk about and resolve a problem. It takes two special people to do that. I mean, how else would you think your relationship is going to last if you can't sit down and communicate? I'm not saying that's always going to be good. Like Nancy said, you have your days, but those days don't have to be horrible days. Those days don't have to be crazy days. It's up to you and your partner to resolve and the problem, and it's up to you to make sure that that issue doesn't escalate. You know, and it's up to you to not do things to your partner to take it to that level. You feel them? So you have to carry yourself a certain way so these things won't happen. If your other partner is the one doing the things that's aggravating you, then you know what? If you talk about it and the issue cannot be resolved after you saying it over and over again, then guess what? That guy not he or she may not be for you. Okay? Because once you get to a certain age, all you want is peace. All you want is to be able to sit down and have a conversation with your partner while you're sitting at the table drinking coffee and say, honey, are you okay today? Were you okay yesterday? Is there anything I can do? Um, you know, I felt you was uneasy. Was there something that I did? Talking will resolve a lot of things. And sometimes we don't want to admit when we're wrong. You know, it takes a real man and a real woman to admit when they're wrong. If you're wrong, you're wrong. You just say, hey, you're right. I'm wrong, and I'm sorry. It won't happen again, or I'll try to make sure it won't happen again. Because we're not perfect. Sometimes you might repeat something and forgot that you did it the first time, and and it wasn't a good thing to do, and you have to be reminded, hey, you did this. I'm sorry. I didn't remember or whatever. But when you talk about it, and it's just so much easier in your relationship. Still finding Waldo. Ah, yep. In like a year in the starts stabbing your couch because he had a bad day. These come, well, I don't know. See you, what you dating, psychos, Nancy? But this is what I'm saying. You know, you really don't get to know a person after, you know, till you date them. See, you don't know a person till you start living with them. When you start living, see, when you guys live apart and you're dating, you don't really know them, you know. You see the good parts of them. When you move in together and you live as a couple, that's when you start to notice who your partner is. You're gonna know his bad days, his good days, his attitude, and everything. That's when you start to notice everything. Once you start living together, you know, and that's when you have to make a choice. You know, the first or second year, you should already know if you're going to be with that person or not. Good, Nancy. That's good. I'm glad that you're happy where you at now. I'm very happy for you, and you deserve it. You know, just like he deserves it. Because if you're happy, he's happy. You know what I mean? Um, it should be that way. You know, if you're happy, he should be happy. Because if you're happy and he's not happy, then something is not going right. Yeah, exactly, Narcissus. You're right, Terrell. Yeah, Nancy, 100%. 100%. And that's what I'm just trying to, and that's basically what I'm trying to say. You don't have to take anything, you know, you're grown, you know what you want in life. And if your partner that you want to be with is not bringing those qualities that you need in life, and I'm not talking about money, I'm not talking about house, I'm not talking about none of that. I'm talking about what you need to be at peace. Then listen, I don't care. I don't care about the house. I don't care about the car. I don't care about the money. I don't care what you're bringing to the table. If you cannot bring me peace and loyalty, then there's no relationship and communication. I pass. I tell I'll tell you girls right now that are watching, I pass. Okay, if you're not bringing me peace, communication, and love, I'm out. Facts. I ain't got no time for that yigging yagging. I'm trying to tell you something. I actually am, Nancy. I actually am. And not Miss Right, because you know we're not perfect. I just told you what I'm looking for. Communication, peace, love, and loyalty. That's it. That's I'm not asking for a lot. You know, if I can give that to a woman, why can't I get that in return? I don't find that hard to do for a woman. So why would it be hard for a woman to do for me? I mean, if she loves me and she has those quality of peace, of communication, of love and loyalty, then there shouldn't be no issues, none whatsoever between our relationship. Because the fire, we're gonna bring the fire, you know, and everything else that comes with it. But those four things, I'm not giving those four things up for nothing. You know, that's what's gonna make me happy. That's what's gonna make me motivate. That's what's gonna make me love her more and take me to the next level. So I know that, you know, we're gonna have our days, like you said, Nancy. You know, we're gonna have our days, but it's not gonna be crazy. It's not gonna be, you know, we're gonna have our day. We may have our days, but it's not gonna be no arguing. This it's not gonna be calling her out of her name, or she's gonna be calling me out of my name. No, we're gonna sit down and we're gonna find out what the issue is, and we're gonna talk about it. Let's resolve this problem. What's the problem? You know, and then we go from there. I'm looking for Miss Wright. Nancy, you better stop it. Yes. Oh, listen, IG, you said hit it right on the button. It does make a big difference in a big way. Listen, it's. I'm telling you from experience. I'm not telling you just to tell you. I'm telling you because it works. All right, it works. But you have to be with someone that's understanding. You know, someone that listens and is not talking over you while you trying to explain something and they talking over you. That's another problem. You don't do that. Grown people don't do that. You want to talk, I'm gonna let you talk. Go ahead. When you're done, then I'm gonna talk. And when I'm done talking, then we're gonna say, okay, what's the problem here? Okay, this is the problem. How are we gonna fix it? How can we fix it? Because I don't want her to feel bad. I don't want to hurt her, right? Like I don't want her to hurt me, right? I don't want to call her out her name. She don't want to call me out my name. So we're gonna have to figure out the problem so that we can fix it. So when it's time to go to sleep, we can go to sleep together and we can hug instead of her facing the wall and me facing the other wall. That's not how I get down. Exactly. Listen, uh, admitting that you're wrong is a sign of growth. You know, it's a sign of growth. You know, it does not mean that you're weak. You know, a person that wants to stand and argue with you, that's a weak person because they don't want to admit the truth. You know, but if you're wrong as an adult, any adult that knows they're wrong is going to has to admit it. It has to admit that they're wrong. Unless you just, unless you just scum, you know. If I'm wrong, if me and my partner, right? If I had a partner, me and her would thing, and I did something that I was wrong, I'm gonna say, "Hey, babe, I was wrong. I'm sorry. My apologies." You know, and try to make up for it. You know, kiss her, make her feel loved, and let her know that I really meant that I'm sorry about it. You know what I mean? And let her know that I was wrong. I mean, you know, but that's all signs of growth. You know, once you grow, then those things are easy to do, you know, and easy to admit to. Yeah, I've seen it happen. I've seen people in relationship for 13 years. They get married and in 2 years they want a divorce. They hate each other more than ever. There's something about marriage. I don't know. It's like a curse with people. Everybody I know that's married is it wants to divorce themselves. I hate her. I hate him. I don't want a marriage. But wait a minute. Wasn't you with him for like 13 years? Yeah, it was the 13 best years of my life. But now we got married. It's something about that marriage that's a curse to people, you know. And I see it. Marriage. Listen, I'm scared of marriage. I don't want. For me, I always said I'm not marriage material. I mean, I can have a partner and live with her 20 years, whatever. But this marriage scares me. It really does. I don't think I don't think I would ever get married. I don't think so. Um, uh, well, to me, my opinion, I don't think I need a piece of paper to tell me that you're my wife. If you're with me over 6, 7 years and we're together, you automatically my wife. Okay, if you want me to go get you a ring just so you can feel better, hey, you got the ring. But I don't need to get married, for you to be my wife or for you to be for you, you with me for 7 years, you my wife. That's how I look at it. I don't need a piece of paper for that, you know. And then I want to be able to give her the freedom too. That if she's with me for 10 years and she decided she don't want to be with me anymore, that she wants to move on, you know, then she's free to. All she got to do is pack her stuff and go. She doesn't have to wait for me to sign some papers, go through lawyers, and go through all this other stuff just to leave me. Nah, we're not married. You want to leave, you go whenever you want. That's that. Okay. And if we build something when we're together, if we build something together, then I say, you know what? We built this together. I want you to have this. Take this with you. If it was money, whatever it is, car, you can take the car or whatever, the house, whatever we built together, we would split that. I would do that because, you know, I know I didn't earn that by myself. I'm not going to be that selfish and let her go with nothing if we build something together. Now, if everything we got I built and she didn't contribute to nothing I built, then it's different. But, it'll give me, depending on how she was towards me, I might say, you know what? Here, take this and get settled. So I'm gonna give you this so that you can get yourself settled somewhere else and you'll be fine. That's it. That's how I do it. You know what I mean? Like I'm not a selfish dude. I'm not a selfish dude, and I play fair. You know what I mean? If you're my girl, you don't have to be married to me. If you're my girl and you did right by me and you decided you want to move on because you don't want to be with me, and I feel like you deserve something, I'm gonna give it to you. Now, if you cheat on me while you're with me, then that's different. You're gonna go after him that you cheated on me with and ask him to give you whatever you need. I ain't playing no games. That's IG, but that's not the norm. Hold on, what did IG say? Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay. There's no norms these days. Woo wee, yes sir. A trophy wife. What, Nancy? What are you talking about? She said, "Just be bringing the drama and miss right means and miss right means right for you, not a trophy wife." You know, A wife. See, that name wife is a four-letter word, but it's a big it means it's a strong word. And for a woman to call herself a wife, man, she got to stand on her. She really got to stand on her grounds, you know, because a wife is not just cooking. It's just not providing for your husband. It's about respecting them, being loyal, communicating, listening, understanding. It's playing a wife role. Playing a wife role is not playing a bitch's role. You know that bring drama. I know some women that be bitches and think they're playing the wife role. You can't play both roles. You got to play one or the other. Either you're gonna play the bitch with drama role, or you're gonna be a wife and stand on your feet and take care of your family, provide for your husband, listen, and vice versa. To carry that wife title, you have to be a special woman, in my opinion. In my opinion. Facts on facts. I'm about to have a war here in a second. I'm about to have a war. I'm gonna have Nancy jumping out the window, IG running for help, Tyrell running for help. I love it though. It's beautiful. I love this type of conversation because you know why? Because some people need to hear this. You know what I mean? Some people need to hear this, and some people may not agree with me, and that's fine. But some people will agree. That's why we're having this conversation. And I'm glad Nancy's speaking because Nancy is a woman. Unless you just well, that's funny, you don't know, never know when the cycles come out, and either they like that in the beginning when you meet that they just cycles because of the past. But for a woman that's laid back, for a woman that's laid back, that knows her place as a woman, to become a cycle along the way in 6 months, a person has to drive her that way for her to start acting that way. And that's when the disrespectful come in. You're not being loyal. Now you're taking out of her character, so she starts to act crazy. Nobody starts, not a right woman. A woman that stands on her grounds don't act crazy unless you take them out of their character. So as a man, if you don't like problems, you don't like drama, you don't like cycles, why would you want to push your girlfriend or your wife to those limits? You're not playing your man role. I don't want to see my girl mad or turning into a cycle. That's not bringing me peace. I got to keep my girlfriend as mellow as I can, as mellow as I am, so that we won't have those problems. You got to find a way to eliminate problems at all times. You don't want to come home to an argument. For what? And it'd be simple stuff. Unless you're cheating. And if you're cheating, then you shouldn't be in a relationship, because that means you want to do you. You got some inner stuff that you still haven't got out of you. You need to take those things out of you before you get in a relationship. You know what I mean? Sometimes we cause our own problems, in a relationship, because we want to play games. We don't want to be honest, and if you don't want to be honest, you want to play games, then you don't belong in a relationship, because your partner is probably not into those games that you want to come into, and you're going to come into destroy someone else's lives by lies and deceiving them and being unfaithful to them. No, don't do that. Don't play yourself. It's just signing your life away. No thanks. Yeah, you know how it be, baby. We make it official after 5 years. You're my wife. If there's no problems, no fights in 5 years, you my baby. You my baby girl. Ooh, and you my baby girl. And you my baby girl. And you my baby girl. You go from baby girl. No, you go from girlfriend in Spanish. You go from girlfriend to my baby girl to my wife. There's 3 stages. Okay, you're my girl. That means we starting off. You just my girlfriend. After the 2 years, you be nice, you be good, then you become my baby girl. That's my baby girl right there. You feel me? And then when you get to that 5th year mark, now you my wife. Facts, kid, facts. Yeah, my homies are laughing over there. Huh, Terrell and G. You know how we do. She's my girlfriend right now. Yeah. Well, how long you been with her? Like 2 years. She's my girlfriend. Who's that? Well, that's my baby girl right there. How you long be together? We've been together for like 3.5 years. That's my baby girl. Yo, who's that? Well, that's my wife. How long you been together? 5 years. You know what I'm saying? So that means she don't pass the 2 tests. She's wife material now. Yeah, official. I agree. Other people know that other people going through the same thing. Yeah, we all go through the same thing worldwide. That's why I say that. Always say that. If you're in a relationship, you're having problems. Don't think that you're the only one going through that in your household. There's people at the same time that you have those problems around the world having the same problem you're having, right? The only difference between all of you guys is who's going to step up and make the and fix the problem. Who's going to step up and have that conversation? Who's going to step up and communicate to resolve the problem? That's the only difference. Okay? Because the only ones that can make the relationship better is both parties. How do you do it? By finding out what the problem is and find a solution to the problem. Because if neither party is willing to do that, all you're going to do is sit there fighting all day. The fighting goes on to the next day, and all you're doing is building anger among both parties. You know what I mean? And that's not healthy for grown-ups. Okay? That's not healthy for us. So that's what I would say about that one. I used to be the freeze come out at night. The freak comes out at night. Hey, the freaks come out at night. Woo! The freaks come out at night. Gee, crazy. Now the cycles come out all day. The freaks used to come out at night. Now the cycles come out all day. That's a fact. Oh, Nancy, you off the hook. Oh, damn, you keep me going on, and my girls are wondering what the hell. That's not my problem. Attend to your kid. Attend to them. Attend to them. The conversation gonna keep going. You attend to your babies. That's first priority. Families first, always. You can always come back and watch the show. And put your comments up, even though I'm not live. But those are things that for me are important. Family, real close friends, and your partner. I'm a family orientated guy. A lot of you guys know that. You always see me with my sons or by myself. I don't entertain nothing else. Because I'm at a point in my life now where I know better. I know what I want. I know what I'm seeking, and I'm not settling for less. You know what I mean? I stand my ground. I stand for the qualities that I want in a woman, and until I don't find those qualities, I'm gonna stay single. You know what I'm saying? I'm okay with that. I'm okay with being alone. I'm happy. I'm happy now, and I'm single. Can you imagine if I find a woman with those qualities that I want? I'll be super happy. I'll probably reach goals that I haven't thought I could reach with the right woman beside me, because I got goals and I got dreams, and I'm doing them by myself and I'm achieving them, So can you imagine if I had the right woman beside me with ambitious, with goals, that's willing to say, Daddy, I'm gonna help you. Let's do this. You got this, to give me that extra push. Sky is not the limit for me, man. And men need that. Men need that kind of woman to empower you, man, and give you that push so that you can grow. Same thing with the man would do with the women. Honey, baby, you got this. What position are you trying to get? Well, what can I do to help you to get there? What can we do together to get you there? That's how you work, man. And you'll be surprised how far you get in life when you got that partner that's by you, standing her grounds and wanting you to move up to do better. You feel me? That's a special woman. That is a special wife or special girlfriend, however you want to put it. That is hard to find nowadays. A woman like that's hard to find. I'm not saying they're not out there. I'm just saying they're very little. There's, I don't know, 15, 20% of them out there. Oh, I'm gonna know off rip, because see the vibes. I can feel, and I can see through people. I'm a really good reader. You know, um, I pick up on certain things. I always thought I was an empath. You know, and I don't call myself an empath because I'm not into that. But I feel things a lot of people may not feel. I see things that a lot of people may not see. I see things, you know, and I can read people, certain people, not all people. I can see. God's let me see things. Uh, Not all the time, you know. When He wants me to see. Um, but yeah, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know who she is. You know, I definitely would know. Hmm. Nancy, you better stop playing with me. Nancy's like telling me like I'm not sure. She's like she hopes. Hmm. I will definitely realize. I will. You know when a woman is quality. You know, because she's gonna carry herself a certain way, and when you're looking for that, you're gonna see it, and you're gonna realize it. You know, you can pretty much see a woman or a man that's kind of like you, or has tendencies like you when you see them. If you can read through them, you can see that they're similar to you, and then you approach them, and that's how you find out if that person is the one that you're seeking for, because you see those qualities in them. Nancy, you're something else. You're awesome. You're insane, though. You're awesome, but you're insane. Well, see, well, that's what I'm saying, Nancy. That I'm not an asshole. Like, I change my ways. This is why I'm saying what I'm saying. That I'm looking for that woman because I'm not that asshole anymore. I change my ways. I don't. I'm different. I don't. I'm not gonna act out of place so that to make her uncomfortable in any way. I know my place as a man. I'm not I'm not going into the relationship to be an asshole, to cheat on her, to treat her bad. I'm gonna lay it all on the table. This is who I am. This is what I like. This is this is how I um this is how I like things to happen, and that's that. I'm gonna be upfront. There's nothing that I have to hide to a woman. I'm who I am, and that's that. But I'm not gonna get into a relationship to be an asshole, to go through bad times, to go through arguments. I'm not. That's not me. I'm not gonna get in a relationship for that. I'm in a relationship to live, to love, to be happy, to cherish, to make my partner happy, and we can live a long life together till God sends for us. And until we're together, I'm not going to make her have a bad day. I'm not going to talk to her different. I'm not going to call her out her name. I'm not going to give her any reasons for her to feel in any way. You know what I mean? I'm just going to give her love. That's it. Okay, so what are you saying? That's okay. I'm fine with that. You know, listen, Nancy. See, the thing with me, I ain't got nothing to hide. I don't have to hide nothing from nobody. This is who I am. And those are the qualities that I want in a woman. Like it is what it is. If I sit here and I tell you different, then I'll be lying to myself and I'll be lying to you. And I'm not here to lie. I don't like to lie. You know what I'm saying? I tell you what it is. Like it or not, that's what it is. You know what I mean? That's just who I am. IG know who I am. I say like it is. Yeah, there you go. Relationship and goals, baby. That's it. That's the book. Nancy, you writing this down? Nancy, you writing this down? Bestseller, you already know, T. It's the bestseller. You better ask somebody. True talk, man. This is the Don Vic show. We speak nothing but facts and truth here. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got nothing to hide here, baby. This is facts. Well, that's good. Maybe your friend needs some advice too. Maybe she can come on here and get some advice. But that's the beauty of the show. I like to come here and because we're real people. I'm not telling you nothing from a book that I'm reading or a script. This is real life. This is stuff that I've been through, that you guys been through, and we all sharing this together because this can help someone that's probably watching and having a bad relationship and don't know how to communicate, or don't know where their floss is. And by us talking about relationship can trigger someone and say, you know what, maybe let me try communicating because we haven't been communicating. Maybe let me try to stop swearing at them. Let me try to change my ways and see if this relationship can work. This is why I like to have these conversations around relationship, because everyone is not having a healthy relationship. It may look at it from the outside, but when they're in their home, it's not healthy. And I want to make a change. I want people to understand it's okay to be different. It's okay to make mistakes because we're not perfect, right? But what we do have to do is grow up and learn how to communicate and talk to your partner without having to cuss, without having to lift your voice up. Just a regular conversation like you would have with your neighbor is the way you talk to your spouse. If you're aggravated and you think that you can't talk to your spouse because you're going to spaz out, then guess what? Go for a walk, go for a drive, cool down, then come home, then have that conversation, have that dialogue, because that dialogue needs to be done. I don't care what you do when you're out. That dialogue needs to be done because you need to find out what the issue, what the problem, what ticked you off. What did I say that ticked you off so that we can fix it and it won't happen again? So we don't have to keep going through this, through this over and over again. Because I know you don't want to be arguing with your man every day he comes in the house, right, Nancy? You don't want to be arguing or fighting with him, right? You want peace. You want to be home to come home in peace, and he's laughing. And he's like, honey, that's what you want, right? So you got to find a way to keep that peace. Him too. It's both of y'all. Y'all a team, right? You get that on the roll, and you're going to see how your relationship is going to be much better. Much better. Not just the relationship, but everything that comes when you close that door is going to be much better, because it's going to be nothing but love, good communication. Baby, I miss you. Maybe you look good today. Wow, I love your dress. Baby, I love you in them, here. How about you wear these thongs today? I bought you these today. Oh, I bought you this beautiful nightgown. Wear this. You got to be like spontaneous. Like I'm not. Listen, I don't like to see my partner. If I see my partner, she's sad, I try to find out what the problem is so I can make her happy. Because you don't want to be in a house where your partner is sad and you're trying to figure out why. Don't try to figure it out. Sit down and have that dialogue. Talk to her or talk to him. Say, honey, you all right? I see you sad. You got to know how to communicate with your partner. That's key, folks. You have to. Donna is a wreck train. Donna, I wish Donna was on here. I ain't seen Donna in a while, but you can relate the message, Nancy. Okay. Those are key to having a successful relationship all day. This is where it at, baby. This is the real talk. You know, when we talk about it, get deep here. It get deep, you know. But it's good because you know you don't know who here is having a bad day, who here is having problems with their partner or in their relationship or their marriage, and they haven't tried some of these things that we talked about. Maybe they can apply it to what they're going through, and maybe it'll get better. You know, um, so this is why we have this dialogue here. You know, because I'm trying to help people. You know, stop from fighting and girls or guys putting hands on their girls because they don't know how to communicate. You know, so this is more than just talking about relationship of how to keep your relationship going, but it's also part of showing you how to keep your cool to not be able to take certain situations out of control where you lose your temper and then you stop putting your hands on people, you know. And those things happen when you're not communicating, when you're not having those dialogues with your partner, when you're not trying to figure out what the problem is to find a solution for the problem. You're just letting it ride, and you're letting the stuff get out of hand, and you're letting it get out of hand, you know. So you're not also being helpful to the situation if you're not trying to figure it out. One of the two has to figure it out. You both can't be on the same page of rah 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 rah, because all that's going to do is escalate. You know, one has to calm down. Let the other one, yeah. Once that person cools down, then you have that dialogue. You know, there's a lot in a relationship, man, that a lot of people got to learn. You know, I don't know it all, but I know what not to do in a relationship to keep my relationship healthy and to keep my relationship from escalating and getting out of hand. I know what to do. You know, I know what to do and not what to do. So I know that my next relationship is going to be successful because I know how to I know how to I know what I need to do, you know. Uh and that's communicate with them and find out what the issue is, if there is an issue. um um know what makes her happy, you know what ticks her off, so that I won't have to do those things to tick her off, on what she likes, what she don't like. You got to know all these things, and once in a while, you go out and you treat her, she treats you, you treat each other, and you do fun stuff. You got to do positive things in a relationship to for positive things to happen, and beautiful thing and happiness to be in a relationship, you know, and then always be honest. Always be honest. The day that you don't want to be with your partner anymore, the day that you feel tired, like you can't take it, or you just feel like you're missing something and you need to do something, then you sit down and you have that dialogue with your partner. But don't hurt your partner, because you don't want to be hurt, right? So don't do something to someone that you don't want done to you. That's what my father always said, right? But I didn't learn that till I got older. So with that being, what I mean by that is that don't cheat on your partner, you know, because that says a lot about your character. You don't need to cheat on someone to hurt them. Sometimes by leaving them hurts more. Okay? Because they know you're not coming back. And if you're a good person, if you was a good husband or a good boyfriend or a good girlfriend or wife, trust me, that's gonna hurt for a long, long, long time. Okay? So I'm just putting it, man. I'm just giving y'all some wisdom, man. Just giving y'all some stuff to think about. You know what I mean? And maybe this can help some of you guys as well. Thank you, Nancy. Well, you know, I tried to, Nancy, you know, because what do I get out of telling you lies? You know, what do I get out of that? Nothing. So if I can sit here and lie to you, then what that say about me? Who am I? I'm not true to myself. You know, and I'm not that type of dude. I'm real. I'm a real dude. I'm one of the realest dude you will ever meet in your life. I'm like that, you know, and I'm not going to tell you nothing that's going to hurt you. I'm not going to tell you nothing that's going to strive you the wrong way. I'm going to tell you what it is, you know, like it or not, you know, I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to tell you what I know, what I've been through, what can make my relationship better. Because if I can help your relationship get better, then why not? Then every time I talk to Nancy, Nancy's always going to be happy. Why wouldn't I want to see you happy if you're truly my friend, or I call you my friend, right? Friends don't want to see other friends suffer. Real friends don't want to see their friends crying and going through problems. Real friends try to find a solution for your other friend. Well, Nancy, well, try this. Well, he didn't want to do that. Well, just at least try it. Try conversating with him. You know, don't lift, you know, don't swear, don't, you know, try to find a solution. That's what friends do. Yeah. You gotta have sympathy all day. You already know the vibes. Got over drama years ago, spontaneous. You have no idea. I set up the whole deal. I sent you a pic of for a movie night with him. Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You gotta be spontaneous. You know, you do things like that. You know, do things that you love to do, and you know that he or she loves to do. Do fun things. Go skating. You know, go skating. You know, do something fun. I don't mean to do it every day. Every other day. You know, if you can afford it, go skating, go for a walk on the park, conversate, you know. I don't even see people holding hands anymore like they did in the 80s and the early 90s. Couples used to walk on the park holding hands, the girl putting her head on their shoulders, you know, and you can see the love. I don't see that no more. I truly don't. It's like everything's cold nowadays. You know, it's like what can you give me or what can I take from you? It's like insane. You know, I'm old school, you know, so you know, I look for those type of things in women. Yes. Amen to that. Amen to that. Yeah. Like why? You know, the funny thing is this, right, Nancy? Like a lot of people that probably know me be like, man, he's talking trash. He don't know because They know me for the old me, you know, the old me. They don't know the new me, because they ain't been around me. They don't know how I roll now. They hear me talking and they probably think I'm just talking because I used to be a player, you know, and some of them might still think I am a player, but they don't know me. People change and I've changed. And if they don't see it, then that's their fault. That's on them. But um, I changed for the better. I know better now. I learned from those mistakes that I made in my past to become a better man and to treat a woman better. But you know, my qualities, my qualities are for a special woman. You know, uh, that's gonna deserve everything that I give her. And again, it don't have to be money, don't have to be none of that, car, none of that. What I have in my heart is more valuable than anything in the world. And whatever girl comes in my path and gets to me, she's gonna be loved like no other. Facts. Yeah, it does all day. Because if you lie, once you lie, you got to keep up that lie. And you got to put lie on top of lie on top of lie, and you're gonna get caught because you're gonna be saying so much lies that you're gonna forget the last lie you said, and that's when you get caught. So that's why I say it's always good to be loyal, be upfront, regardless if it's gonna hurt you or it's gonna hurt the next person. But as long as you know that it's the truth, there's nothing for you to worry about. If they feel bad because you told them the truth, then guess what? Then they're the one with the problem because they can't accept the truth, right? They'd rather you lie to them and for them to feel better knowing that it's a lie instead of the truth. I'm not going to do that to you or to nobody. I'm not going to sugarcoat no lie for you to feel better. I'm going to tell you the truth. Either you're going to like it and accept the truth or you're not. But I tell you what, once I tell you what it is, you're going to go wherever you're going to go to, and you're going to sit there and you're going to say, wow, Victor said this to me, made me feel bad. But you know what? He told me the truth. I'd rather you sit there and say that than for you to go in your room and say, man, all he fucking did was lie to me. I'm not that dude. I'm going to tell you what it is. You're going to hate me for a little bit, but you're going to love me in the long run for telling you the truth. Okay, because I know sometimes the truth hurt, but I'd rather you tell me the truth and it hurt me than for you to lie to me and I dislike you. Because I will respect you more. I'll be like, you know what? I know Terrell is never going to lie to me. He's always going to tell me the truth, even though it hurts me because he's my friend and he wants the best for me. Right? A friend that has to lie to you to make you feel better is not your friend. You got to think, how many times have he lied to me or she lied to me? You know, I'm not that dude. If that's what you're looking for from me, you got the wrong dude. I don't roll like that. I'm gonna tell you what it is. And if I do something to you that you don't like, then you need to reach out to me and say, hey Vic, you said this, and I felt a certain way, and I will apologize because I'm that dude. I'm not here to hurt nobody. I'm not here to act like I'm better than anyone here. I'm not here to think that I know it all because I don't know it all. But what I do know and I experienced, I'm going to tell you about it. Tie him to fish, camping, tie him to fish, kayaking. Okay, that's what's up. Yeah, like back in the days, you can go in the store and be kissing your girl and nobody thought nothing because that's normal. That was normal back in the day. It's normal. It's still normal. It's that people nowadays, you know, all these laws. Oh, you can't do this, you can't do that. You know, people are not affectionate anymore. Like this is all screwed up. You feel me? It's crazy. It is. It is a double edged sword. It's people. Some you go to a park and people see you kissing with your spouse and they be like, hey, you can't do this. You're kissing in public, but yet you got and I don't want to sound crazy, but you got a trans want to go use the girl's bathroom and they okay with that? Like I don't get it. I don't get it. They're okay with a trans going to use a woman's bathroom because he considered himself a girl, but you got two couples in the park and they're kissing and holding, and people complain about that. I don't get it. I don't get it. Yeah, Nancy, and that's okay. You know, you wouldn't want to know the old me, because the old me wasn't as good as I am today, you know. And again, that goes back to experience, you know. I had to go through those experiences in my life and go through all that stuff that I went through to become a better man in my life and to be the man that I am today, to be able to speak to you the way I'm speaking to you, with no attitude, with no swears, with nothing but love, honesty, and loyalty, and I had to go through those stages in my life to be here today to talk about this. And I changed, IG know me for years. IG know me for a long time. IG know the stuff I used to do on the streets. He knows all the women that I used to date. He was around. I had three girls. I had three women in the same projects, okay, at the same time, and they were all pregnant. I was wild, okay. I was everywhere. But through that phase in my life, I've learned that what I was doing wasn't the right. I wasn't doing what I was supposed to do as a man. But I was young too. I was young too. So you know, um, and I was popular. So girls always like the popular guy. So I was taking advantage of that. You know, but now that I'm older, I know that what I did wasn't right. I don't recommend guys to do that now. You know, I don't stick to one woman, and you don't need five women to do what one woman can do for you. Unless you want to be a player, unless you're a player, unless you're single, and that's what you like to do, then that's fine. My mustache is growing, so it's itchy. So it's itchy. I'm trying to let it grow so I can line it up real nice. That's why you see me kind of rough looking. Um, but that's what it is, Nancy. Straight, exactly, Tyrell. Uh huh. You know what's up. If it is sniffle to lie, then we gotta be straight. Okay. I am suited to sugarcoat no time. If you don't want to know what what honesty, I think honesty think do not actually right. And that's the thing with society nowadays. A lot of people living through social media and all these lies and stuff like that. I'm not saying that everything is a lie, but most of it is. But when you come from a good family, when you come from um people family that got morals and you know, and respect. You grow from that and you learn from that. And as you get older, you also add other things to your life that you learn from, experiences that you learn from, to become a better person, right? And become a better mother, become a better sister, become a better person in general. You know, so once you start to mold yourself to that person, you're going to notice that you're not going to have a lot of friends, right? because because you're building yourself to become this one person that a lot of people are not going to like, because you're going to be too honest, you know, to yourself and to others. and and when sometimes when you're too honest, a lot of people don't like to be around you, because they don't live by those kind of codes. You know, they'd rather you lie to them. They're okay with you lying to them, and them knowing that it's a lie, they still co-sign it and okay, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Nah, I'm not that dude. You know, so you stand out different. That's why I say I'm different from a lot of people, a lot of guys that I know and don't know, um, because I carry myself very different from others. You know, and I'm not the smartest guy in the world. I'll tell you that I'm not. But but I but I mold myself. I hang around intelligent people, smart people, and I learn from them. Plus the stuff that I've been through. So you know, you got to mold yourself to become better. You know, and when you do that, you're going to find yourself a lot of the times by yourself, because the people that surround you do not roll like you roll, or don't see things like you see. So you got to step back from those people. Not that they're bad people, but because they're not molded like you're molding yourself, you know? So stay away. You know, a lot of good women, real good women and good men, they lonely because they've been through the same bull crap that we have, and they don't have time for it. So they rather be alone. Okay. So a lot of people that you see that are alone all the time, and people be like, oh man, that person must be lonely. No, they're lonely because they choose to be, not because they're lonely. They can't find nobody. It's because they've been through so much in life that they refuse to put themselves in those positions. So they hang by themselves. They loners like me. I'm a happy guy, you know. It's not that I can't have a woman. You know, I'm pretty sure I can get a woman if I want one. You know, I'm not a bad looking guy, right? I got a good personality, but I'm not just gonna get anyone, you know, not just anyone is gonna come in my life, because I molded myself to become this man that got codes and rules that I go by, that I believe by, that if the next person is not like that, they're not in my circle. You know, and I got a lot of friends. I tell you, I work with a lot of people. You know, you guys know I do movies and stuff, and I come here and I got a lot of friends that I socialize with through social media. But when it comes to my personal life out here, you don't see me with nobody. I roll dolo. I'm either with my son, I'm either with IG, and me and IG don't really hang much because he got a girl. So, you know, I don't want to be in the middle with stuff. You know, I let him do his stuff. But, you know, we chill out sometimes. I go to his mother's house when he's there, parties and stuff. We go there. But other than that, I'm by myself because I don't need that energy, that bad energy. You know, I don't need people all in my business. You know, and once you start getting older, you start to know these things, and you start to just push things away that don't apply to you. You know, that's why I'm gonna become a great writer. Me and Terrell gonna write some movies, boy. I'm trying to tell you something. You have to bounce. Well, Don't bounce more than the ounce. No, I don't want you to neglect your girl. You better go take care of that before I block you. Before I block you, Nancy, you better go handle them girls, or you get a big B. B for Boston. No, go handle your kids. You can always catch the show later. That's important. Go take care of your babies. You're something else, Nancy. You have a good night. Go take care of your babies. Love you, girl. So yeah, folks, that's what it's all about, man. So, life ain't easy. It's never going to be easy, right? You can try to make it as easy as you can for you, right? But remember, you're always going to have certain things that come in your way, in your path, that you're going to deal with, right? But the more you stay away from the negativity, the less problems you're going to have to deal with along your goals and your dreams. Hang with those people that got plans, those people that have ambitions, those people that are thinking like you are, so that you can grow. Relationships, well, communication is key to everything, in a relationship. If you're not communicating, then start communicating. If you're a person that have a bad attitude and you then you need to seek for some help. If you get into an argument, because we're not perfect, don't sit there and add fire to the fire. Go chill out. Go to your mom's house, go to a friend's house, and then come back and have that dialogue with your partner. If you come back after you chill and your partner is still enraged, leave the house, wait till she get cool, call her first, say, babe, hey, I'm sorry. Even if you didn't start it, just say, baby, I'm sorry. I think we need to talk. Please, I don't want to see you upset. Find a way to make the situation better and calm down. Then you go have that dialogue. And then after that, you smoke the boots, blow the boots out, and everything will be fine. Okay? So I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I hope this conversation helps some of you guys. Appreciate you guys are always, supportive of the show. Thank you guys so much. Tune in. I got some people that are going to come on the show later on this week or next week. And we're going to talk about some things. But again, if anybody want to come on the show, you got a topic you want to talk about, hit me up. We bring you up for a conversation, and we'll put you on the show and we talk about the conversation. Conversation like the one we just had or anything else, because you never know who might need to hear some positive stuff out there, and you might save a life. Okay? So thank you guys for watching. You already know the vibes. Your boy Don Vic from the Don Vic Show. This is where we find new talent, new faces, and upcoming stars here all the time live on the show. Make sure you share, because sharing is caring. And I'll see you guys soon. T, you already know the vibes. Hit me up when you're finished so we can start writing some scripts. IG, I love you, my brother. Love everybody. Peace, love, respect, and I'm out of here. Peace.
Never stop, I'll get it if I want it. Gotta make to myself a promise. I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top.
Yo, no, I ain't the type to give up. If I do something, man, I do it till I get what I want. I turn a business out of nothing into something I love. I got a poker face, but honestly, I'm not one to bluff. I flip a switch, never miss, man, I always stay up. Don't let them see you, bitch, always have a plan to stay tough. This life ahead of you ain't easy, it was built to be rough. But that's what makes a personality is tragedy, bruh. So keep your head on your shoulders. Now we ain't out here moving rocks, we out here moving boulders. Now we ain't getting posterized, we out here making posters. And we ain't got nothing to hide, we move forward like soldiers. You better wake up for the pay stub, or you'll pay up. Don't make love to the game, bruh, fuck the game up. Change up, rearrange stuff to your greatness. Same us for the way up, play the game, bruh.
Never stop, I'll get it if I want it. Gotta make to myself a promise. I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on